Today I'm going to show you how to make tassels. You only need a few supplies, and one of those is going to be the yarn or embroidery floss or cording that you're going to use. Today I'm going to use this lovely peach color of yarn for the main part of the tassel. I'm going to use this gray as an accent color. You will also need some scissors, a yarn needle, and then you need to have some type of a flat surface to wrap your yarn around. A basic piece of cardboard works great. This piece of cardboard measures about 3.5 inches in width, which is about the length that I want my tassels in. So just find a piece of cardboard or a flat surface that's about the appropriate size. The first step in making the tassel is to get your piece of cardboard or flat surface and get your working yarn or thread or cording that you're going to use. You're going to begin, just line that up at the bottom, and you're just going to wrap this around multiple times. You might want to count how many times you're wrapping if you are making multiple tassels for a project so that they can all be about the even size. You're going to just wrap until it's about the thickness that you feel like you want your tassel. Sometimes you want them nice and big and full, and you can make them very large, or sometimes if you want them a little bit smaller, you can make them finer. So I'm going to stop at about this part right here, and remember it's going to be about double this because there's yarn on this side of the paper and on this side over here. Now you're just going to snip that yarn. The next step, once we have the yarn wrapped, is to make the top. We're going to secure the top together. So you're going to take your yarn, and I like to use my yarn needle. We're going to thread that, and then we're just going to take that yarn and we're going to thread it behind the yarn on the cardboard, and then just pull this up to the top and just secure this with a knot. And sometimes that can be tricky when it's just one person, but there we go. The next step is to slide the yarn off the piece of cardboard. And I like to hold that loop at the bottom for when you slide it off. Now grab the top of your cord, pull that up to the top, and then you can just cut the bottom with your scissors, which is why I like to hold that loop so you know right where the bottom is. You can start seeing the shape of that tassel. Okay, now I'm going to use contrasting yarn to create the head of the tassel. So just take the two strings that you secured at the top. I like to kind of comb it down, make sure there's no like gaps or knots in there. And then just I pinch the top of the head just to keep that yarn in place. Then take your contrasting color of yarn and just wrap it multiple times around the top of your tassel. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. Okay, and then turn it over and secure that with a knot. Okay, once your knot has been secured, I hid one end of the yarn. I'm going to go ahead and hide the other end. This is where I like to use my yarn needle. And just kind of weave it in through that knot again, or behind the wrapped yarn anyways. Pull that through, and then you can just trim up the end, and then you can't see that. Okay, the yarn on the back has been hidden. Your tassel's pretty much done. One last finishing touch is you can kind of comb through the ends there, and if you need to trim any of them up, you can do so at that time. just to kind of give it a nice cleaner edge. And then your tassel is ready to be added to a bag, a bookmark, a keychain, whatever you'd like.